So now let's look into some of the prompts wherein we can actually help with curriculum development. Now, for all of the teachers out there, or all of the educators, all of the people related to the academic field in any way, everyone would know how important it is to develop a proper curriculum. Now, I know this is a very heavy topic, but it is something that ChatGPT could help us with, because ChatGPT in and of itself provides you with just at least a skeleton which we can follow. Now, I'm not saying that we have to use ChatGPT or that ChatGPT can be used as it is, but yes, a certain format can be taken from ChatGPT for exactly how to design the curriculum, especially if you are a novice to that particular field. So let us look at some of the prompts here. So let the first prompt be a syllabus on ChatGPT. Now, if we have a syllabus on ChatGPT, ChatGPT gives us a very weird question or answer here, where it says that as an AI model, it does not have any specific syllabus curriculum, but some of the topics that ChatGPT has been trained on are given here, so you can use them. Now, as you can see, because ChatGPT is such a conversational entity, it will actually first admit that there is something, lacking in it, and then it will go on to say what it can help us with. So when we give this particular prompt, it does not help ChatGPT understand exactly what we require. So let us modify the prompt a little bit. So let this be our modified prompt. Let's see if ChatGPT responds to this. Again, it does not really respond to this. But as you can see, it gives us some suggestions that for art and literature, you could do all of these. So it's very important to give ChatGPT a very concise and precise prompt. So let's try and use this prompt for ChatGPT. Now, as soon as we use this particular prompt for ChatGPT, can you see how precisely I've written here, curriculum design for teaching ChatGPT? Now, here I've not just given ChatGPT with curriculum. I've actually asked it to design a curriculum using which we can teach ChatGPT. So here, as you can see, it does give the various components that a ChatGPT curriculum can be broken into. So what is NLP, which is natural language processing, something that ChatGPT is also based on. Then understanding the working of ChatGPT, how the preparation and training of data is done for ChatGPT, what are the fine tunings done and before the deployment of ChatGPT, chatbot designing and development, the future directions that NLP and ChatGPT can go into. All of these are given here in a concise manner. Not only are the topics stated here, we also have a list of subtopics that could be taught, and then subtopics can also be devised on your discretion. So here a basic design can be created using ChatGPT. But if you look at this curriculum, this particular curriculum is catering to a very high level of understanding. This means that people in higher education would understand the curriculum that is given here. However, what about learners who are just starting their education? That is the K-12 section. So for that, I can actually fine-tune my prompt in order to emulate that. So let me say curriculum design for teaching ChatGPT to K-12 learners. Let's see if ChatGPT gives a different answer for this particular prompt. So as you can see, in a conversational manner, ChatGPT starts with telling us that the curriculum must be engaging and it must be age appropriate. Now, as soon as it does that, you can see that there is a difference in how it starts. So in the earlier curriculum, there was an understanding that the learner would know about chatbots. Here, that particular premise is excluded because obviously a K-12 learner might not know what a chatbot is. So it includes that here, introduction to chatbots. Then it goes on to what NLP is, a very base level understanding of NLP, followed by what ChatGPT is, how it works, creating a chatbot using ChatGPT. So we would be allowing the learners to interact directly with ChatGPT and learn from it, the ethical and safety issues and potentials that might be a part of using chatbots, and future applications of chatbot. And at the end of it, there is again a disclaimer that we need to create the syllabus in order to have something that allows for interaction with ChatGPT. So this remains the same. However, the idea is that the syllabus should cater to the requirements of the learners, and that is very specifically stated here. So as you can see, the earlier prompt gives us an idea about what a very technically sound person would require from a syllabus of ChatGPT. So this could actually be used for our undergraduate and graduate level learners, whereas for K-12 learner, it gives a very broken down and low level understanding of exactly what can be used here. Not only this, you can also have various prompts like English syllabus for application using ChatGPT, wherein we could actually have the learners interact with ChatGPT and create poetry, create scripts, create any kind of prose that you want to get created from the learners, so that the learner would also understand that yes, this is a kind of thing that exists in the world. Now here, this is not to say that we can just copy and paste the syllabus or use it as it is. However, this particular syllabus will help us understand exactly how to structure our syllabus by giving us a skeleton here, and we can obviously build on the skeleton or exclude topics or exclude subtopics that do not cater to our needs. Now let's look at something a little more on the lowdown. So here we went directly to ChatGPT. Let us look at something like painting. Now, if I'm an art teacher, then obviously I would need to have some sort of curriculum in place which I need to go through with my learners. So here, if I have an adult class to teach, right, someone who is already into the workplace or is working. So stress is one of the things that all of us would struggle with. How to manage that stress is something that everyone needs to learn. Suppose I'm an art teacher who is handling a class of all 40 plus adults who actually want to learn some techniques to relieve their stress through painting. So let's see what a curriculum design for that would look like. Now here, as you can see, I have not put any kind of clause here that it needs to be for 40 plus adults, but it would still give me some kind of an idea about what the curriculum design should look like. So first of all things, when you have an issue, acknowledge it. So that is what it is. What is stress? What are the effects of stress? What is painting and how can it help relieve stress? All of this are actually put up here first. Second, we are not assuming that the adults or the learners would know about painting techniques. So we are actually introducing some of the basic painting techniques. Next, how do you go about choosing a subject for your painting? The process of painting. What are the mindful and relaxation techniques that you need to apply during painting? And how do you self-reflect and constructively critique yourself and gain a feedback about your stress levels at any given point? And how do you set future goals based on those critiques? All of these topics can be implemented. Please remember this, it can be implemented, but there is no specific statement stating that they need to be implemented here. Now, this is pretty generic, right? We can obviously have all of these kinds of things just given on a paper, and any kind of an adult, even for that matter, a college going adult, would know exactly how or what all of these actually mean. But what if we need to be more specific? Like, for example, I want to create a curriculum design for stress relieving through painting for BE learners. That is Bachelor of Engineering learners, right? Now, when it comes to Bachelors of Engineering or this particular clause here, there is one thing new that you would find. A lot of the syllabus might be the same. However, one of the things that you would find here is causes of stress in academic environment. Right, this is something that was not there initially in our initial prompt. It was just what are the effects of stress on the body, what is painting, etc., etc. Here there is a specific cause of stress in the academic environment. Apart from this, there would also be types of stresses that could be a part of the academic environment. Now, suppose I'm someone who does not know what is a cause of stress in the academic environment. I can literally use this as a prompt for my future conversation. So, what are the causes of stress in an academic environment for BE learners? Right? Now, when I use this prompt, it gives me a complete answer on what could be the possible academic stressors. Now, what would this help us with? This actually helps us gain an understanding of where the learners are coming from. So, it helps us gain a background of the learners, and we can accordingly cater our courses to their needs and requirements. So what ChatGPT is actually helping us here with is, not only does it help us to create a skeleton of our syllabus or of our curriculum, it also helps us in understanding the background information here, right? So all of that in one single place, and a lot of this information is right as far as you can see here. So for curriculum designing or for anyone in the educational environment, ChatGPT has become a very big and very helpful tool if used in the right way.